We need to remember that WoWo is a creator of opportunities who really needs the freedom to express themselves. Especially during brainstorming sessions, when we're talking about brainstorming, they can truly bring you some unexpected creativity and inspiration. It is important that you don't put pressure on them. It should always be in a relaxed environment. Only then can WoWo truly express themselves and bring out their high level of natural intuition. So how do we effectively communicate with WoWo? Or how do we best interact with them? When working together, how do we go about persuading them? We need to provide them with more innovative and engaging experiences. Whatever you do, don't be rigid or make WoWo feel forced. The key is that it has to be interesting. Just think about it. Oh, so you even thought of that. Wow, that is truly fascinating and quite impressive. I believe WoWo will be able to perform even better and excel because of this unique kind of novelty, the sheer fun it provides, and the incredible creative freedom it brings to the table. So when WoWo finds himself under a great deal of pressure, what exactly does he do? Sometimes he might choose to hide away or act quite closed off from everyone, but there's really no need to worry at all, because very quickly he'll begin to calm down. If we simply give him a bit of extra encouragement and support, WoWo will very quickly return to his usual happy state of being. That pressure, you see, can make WoWo's emotions more volatile, but there's no need to worry. We just need to give WoWo some space so he can calm his feelings down, alright? Alright, so when WoWo becomes a leader, that's great. He'll be very open and he'll have really good relationships with people because he's good at giving everyone opportunities to be creative and innovative. He likes to inspire new things and he trusts his colleagues. He trusts his partners and hopes that everyone can be in a free environment, both in terms of atmosphere and thinking, where they can express themselves freely. Of course, sometimes as a leader like WoWo, we say, hey, you need to have some things to set boundaries, like some discipline. Otherwise, things might go too far, right? Because otherwise, there are no limits. If we keep letting everyone think without any limits, we also need to set some boundaries, like a schedule or the topics we need to discuss. With this kind of plan in place, it will be much easier to implement things. Alright, so when it comes to love for WoWo, for example, during arguments or when solving problems in long-term relationships or when he feels insecure and uneasy, how does he react when he's in a romantic situation? Okay, so during an argument, what happens? WoWo won't argue with you. Why? Because he chooses not to. He goes silent. He chooses to disappear for a while. He won't stay in that environment. He won't argue with you. Don't push him too hard because he'll become even more distant. When we don't understand the temper of a WoWo, we might start to wonder, hey, are you giving me the cold shoulder? Is this emotional coldness? So you don't need to worry. Actually, WoWo needs some space. After they've had time to process their emotions, their warmth will quickly return. So there's really nothing to worry about. Now, when we're trying to solve a problem, as I mentioned earlier, give them space, let them take a breather, and then through some activities or by sharing a bit of humor together, a simple conversation will do, and very quickly there won't be any problem. They'll reconnect with you again, which is great. Now, when it comes to long-term relationships with WoWo, if you have children around you, or if your beloved daughter is a WoWo, or has that kind of personality energy, remember, you need to give them trust and freedom. All relationships will develop very naturally, happily, and interestingly. So this kind of relationship will stand the test of time. Alright, so when they feel insecure, they may appear very calm on the surface. Don't be fooled by that. In reality, inside, they're actually very unsettled, right? Deep down, they're feeling waves of turmoil. At this moment, remember, how can we help them regain a sense of security? Because they will notice and feel the other person's reactions too. That is, we call it being able to feel it. You can sense what the other person wants or needs and how both sides can find that trust and stability. Then very quickly, they will be able to re-engage again. So there's no need to worry. Remember, even if they seem calm on the surface, deep down, they are still very passionate. Alright, so when they fall in love, let's say you meet a WoWo, how should you go about dating her? Or how do you start a romantic relationship with her? Take it slow, don't rush, because WoWo need to observe. They really need to experience things firsthand and take their time to get used to it. They need to feel the other person's love through actions. So remember, when you're with a WoWo, you must express your love by hugging her and saying it out loud. Yeah, saying I love you, that's right. She will become very gentle. And when she truly trusts you, she will become an extremely loyal little energy companion. So this is a really wonderful type of partner. Alright then, let's take a look at another one. Which of our friends here are FaFa, personal energy companions? When you use the iMatrix free test, you can find out if you are a FaFa. So for those of you who are FaFa friends, let's try typing the number 2, okay? Yes, type the number 2 so I can see how many of you are FaFa friends. Wow, there are a lot of FaFa friends here. When we talk about FaFa, we're referring to the color of their energy, which is a very warm, passionate red. We describe them as the best friend, truly one of the best friends you could have in the world. A best friend. We might call them a close confidant, right? Whether it's a male or female confidant. FaFa types have very independent thinking and ideas. They are very good at making judgments and they're also very loving, right? In terms of emotions, they tend to remain very stable and are generally more low-key in the way they do things. As for their emotional side, they also give people a very warm feeling and have a strong sense of responsibility. We say they make great friends, the best to have around. So if you have a friend with this FaFa energy, remember to really cherish them because no matter what the situation is, they will always stand by your side. They will never reject you. Whenever you need help, they will be the first to show up by your side, offering support and making sacrifices. They truly hope to help their friends, and doing so makes them genuinely happy. All right, now let's take a look at how this plays out in the workplace for them. They are exceptionally responsible and dependable individuals. In a team setting or among any group of people, the FaFa figure serves as an unwavering and incredibly stable pillar of support for everyone involved. Furthermore, when it comes to their professional work, they are deeply passionate about their craft and remarkably steady in their approach. They don't particularly like getting into unnecessary conflicts with others, so what they value most of all is receiving everyone's genuine recognition and trust. As long as we can successfully gain the FaFa's trust, he will dedicate himself wholeheartedly to working in perfect harmony together with you. It's really special, isn't it? When we work with the FaFa, what's the most important thing? Clear division of labor. That's right. In that environment, remember, when you are clear about what you're responsible for and what he's responsible for, and the father knows exactly who does what, then he will be very steady and responsible in completing everything he needs to do, one by one, and deliver it all back to you. Isn't that great? So let's remember this. When working with him, we should trust him more and express more gratitude towards the FaFa, and that will be enough, because FaFa really needs trust and recognition from the other party. So remember, never make too many sudden changes at the last minute, because the FaFa operates best in a stable environment. That's when he performs at his best, right? Alright, so when it comes to persuading or moving FaFa or communicating with her more effectively, we need to talk to FaFa more about responsibility. This is something we all need to work hard on together. This is our responsibility. Because when FaFa hears the word responsibility, or when she hears that our team really needs her to contribute, or when she hears words like contribution or trust, she feels very valued. At this moment, the FaFa will show his approval, and this kind of communication is the most effective method, right? Alright, let's see how FaFa reacts under pressure. Turns out we see the 𝐈𝐯𝐷. The energy companion FaFa belongs to 1. Very patient, we call it being dedicated and dutiful in his position. He never backs down. When pressure arises, right, we say he can keep persevering all the way through, meaning he holds on and never lets go. That's really impressive, showing great perseverance. So if the leader beside you is someone like FaFa, so do you have a leader like FaFa around you? We'd say you can really rest assured they're very stable and they have a strong sense of responsibility. They care about their team and are always willing to help out other colleagues. The thing is, they deeply embody this trait, but they don't really know how to refuse requests from friends or people around them. Alright, so when it comes to love or romantic relationships, how does FaFa act? When there's an argument, since he doesn't like conflict, he'll choose to stay silent. He tends to keep things to himself and quietly bear the problem on his own.